It's such a pleasure to be here today, and thank you for joining us at GDC as we finally get to share Google's vision for the future of games. Our vision for Stadia is simple. One place for all the ways we play. It's focused on gamers, inspired by developers, and amplified by YouTube creators. Imagine you are watching games on YouTube, and you discover the latest Assassin's Creed Odyssey trailer on Ubisoft's official channel on YouTube. You will notice the Play Now button. By simply clicking on that button, the player is brought directly into the game in a browser in as quick as 5 seconds. With Stadia, this waiting game will be a thing of the past. There is basically no hardware acceleration on that laptop whatsoever, and the game is running directly from our data center. It's then easy and instantaneous to move that same game experience from exactly that moment onto the phone, here on a Pixel 3 XL. And we can go straight onto the desktop PC. We actually went to buy the least powerful PC we could find here. And then it's once again seamless to go from running on our PC to running on a tablet. And then finally, we then move seamlessly to the TV. And so this TV is accessed using this, which is a Chromecast Ultra HDMI streamer. We're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller or mouse and keyboard when playing Stadia on a laptop or PC. But of course, we will have our own controller that has been uniquely designed to enhance the experience for the Stadia player. I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the Google hardware family, the Stadia controller. It enables you to access the full Stadia experience, and there are many advantages to the Stadia controller. And the first is that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google data center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud, ensuring the highest possible performance and the best experience for players. The Stadia controller features 2 very important new buttons. The capture button is for sharing and saving your game experience back out to YouTube. The gamer can choose to share their experiences starting with a click of this button. And the second one is the Google Assistant button. Pressing this button allows players to immediately access the controller's built-in microphone so they can get help from the assistant for special in-game features integrated by developers.
We've built Stadia's architecture on top of the Google Data Center network. The network consists of fiber optic links and subsea cables between hundreds of points of presence and more than 7,500 edge node locations around the globe. More edge nodes mean the compute resources are closer to players, which results in better performance. When Stadia launches, we will have increased performance significantly to support resolutions up to 4K at 60 frames per second with HDR and surround sound. And in the future, we'll be able to stream games in up to 8K resolution. In addition to the stream you get as a player, there is a second simultaneous stream at 4K 60 frames per second that you can choose to share directly to YouTube from the Stadia data center, meaning your gaming memories will be saved at the highest possible quality. As a developer, you're used to being forced to tone down your creative ambition that are limited by the hardware. But our vision with Stadia is that the processing resources available will scale up to match your imagination. In this new generation, the data center is your platform. We've partnered with our friends at AMD to build a custom GPU. And here's how the graphical power of Stadia compares to the top 2 consoles in the market. 10.7 teraflops is more powerful than the top 2 consoles of the previous generation combined. Stadia will be using the Linux operating system and the Open Graphics API, Vulkan. And when it comes to game engines, we are excited to announce that we have partnered with Unreal, who will be fully supporting the Stadia platform. We are also partnering with Unity to bring full support for the 2 most popular and familiar game engines to our development community. And we're empowering developers with an amazing array of familiar middleware that you already use to power your game development, including the most popular physics engine, Havok.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having us here, Phil and Majd. We couldn't be happier to be bringing Doom Eternal to Stadia, and are thrilled to announce that the game will be capable of running at true 4K resolution with HDR color at an unrelenting 60 frames per second.
The fundamental benefit of our cloud-native infrastructure is that developers will be able to take advantage of hardware and power in ways never before possible. And that includes taking advantage of the power of multiple GPUs at once. What you see here on the left of the line is running on a single 10.7 teraflop GPU. And on the right of the line, you can see the same content running on Stadia using multiple GPUs. In this demo, we're highlighting real-time fluid deformation. Accurate water simulation is one of the most compute-intensive effects for games. In traditional platforms, the client and server are connected by the unpredictable internet, and therefore the multiplayer experience is limited by the client with the slowest or poorest quality connection. But with Stadia, that game client and server both remain on Google's networking backbone, resulting in predictable low latency, reliable connectivity, and data security, since no traffic gets exposed to the public internet. What that means is a synchronized state across a very high volume of players, where innovations like distributed physics can be built into your games, where battle royale games could go from hundreds of players today to thousands of players tomorrow. And as a new generation game platform, Stadia will, of course, embrace full cross-platform play. Developers will have the ability to enable cross-platform multiplayer for all players, and even bring game saves and progression across as well.
Stadia not only provides high-performing multiplayer experiences from player to player, but also allows developers to create new, gorgeous gaming environments. It is a raw demonstration of scale and power using the best of Stadia technology, where every piece of the environment in this multiplayer world is destructible using real-time rigid body physics. Using Google's unique infrastructure, developers can create games built to house hundreds of players with low latency and perfect synchronization. Stream Connect is just one of the ways Google is working to support developers in creating more immersive and creative experiences, whether bringing back effortless couch-based co-op or inventing entirely new multiplayer games. We're making it possible to realize split-screen multiplayer without any performance penalty. Here we have two players, one hunter on the ground and a supporting aerial player, set up in a standard split-screen view. Each of these screens is powered by a separate Stadia instance. But what would happen to squad-based games if developers could allow players to call up the views of their teammates on demand? We've shown you 3 views, but we can keep going. We can keep adding streams and shape how they're shown to the player, giving a designer not one, but many cameras into a scene. What if you could interact with them? Here we have our streams configured into a command center, where a 4th player can coordinate the movements of our drone, scientist, and hunter characters. With Style Transfer, our goal is to help developers find the magic of their games quicker. Style Transfer is a machine learning technology that runs on the video frame created by the game. All of this happens in real time on a Stadia instance. We start with a gray box world and take any image we want, in this case, Kandinsky's yellow, red, blue, and the model does the rest. Throw it Starry Night, and you have another style. Give it scratch art, and you get this. The R&D team iterated through hundreds of art styles testing this technology, and one of our favorites came from an old friend.
With a new technology called State Share, developers can let a player instantly share a playable moment from a game. This could include the world state, the player's position, items they're carrying, anything the developer wants to pack into a shareable moment. Challenges to beat my incredible speed runs, or chances for other players to also experience those same tough boss battles. I can build as many shareable moments as I want and let the internet turn my whole game into an infinitely replayable treasure hunt. The game's state can be encoded into a link that tells Stadia where to pick up the game. This could be sent to one player, or it could be shared with thousands at the same time on YouTube, through email, apps, messaging, or wherever links can go.
Often when you're watching a stream, you find yourself wishing you could be in there playing alongside with your favorite creators. On traditional platforms, you'd have to fire up your console or your PC and just hope that you get matched up with them. However, with Stadia and a new feature called Crowd Play, You'll be able to simply click a button displayed right in the stream and jump in and play with YouTube creators that you're watching. The person watching can simply click the link and be placed into the lobby for the next game. And of course, YouTube creators will have full management capabilities over this feature.
There is another Stadia integration with YouTube that we're really excited about. When a player is stuck on a level or puzzle and desperately wants that next beat in the story or the breathtaking views in the next level, what do? Today, they have to leave the game, fire up YouTube, find the right video, scrub to the right part of that video, and watch how it's done. When the player gets stuck on a level, like me, instead of grabbing a laptop or a phone, they just need to push the button on the Stadia controller to get help from the Google Assistant. With Stadia, any link can be an access point to the game. Whether it's from our Stadia store, text messages, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Google search results, YouTube videos, Gmail, or from the Google Play Store, gamers are going to be able to find, discover, and enjoy your games anywhere they are, and easily share them with their friends. Stadia will be home to a variety of games, and we're happy to say that we will offer comprehensive parental controls for all content. In addition to partnering with developers big and small, I'm also thrilled to announce that today we are forming Stadia Games and Entertainment, which will build experiences designed exclusively for Stadia as Google's own first-party game studio.
I'm excited to announce that as the head of Stadia Games and Entertainment, I will not only be bringing first-party game studios to reimagine the new generation of games. Our team will also be working with external developers to make all of the bleeding-edge Google technology you have seen here today available to partner studios big and small.
With Stadia, our goal is to combine the world of people who play games and the world of people who watch games into one global community powered by the best of Google. For developers who want to create content for Stadia, we welcome you to go to stadia.dev, where you can apply to get access to development tools. If you want to partner with our team at Google to help bring your game to market, we have Stadia Partners, a program designed to give you the resources your team needs to make something great. And for players who want to be the first to learn more, you can go to stadia.com and follow us on these social channels. I'm thrilled to announce that Stadia is launching this year, 2019. We will launch first in the US, Canada, the UK, and most of Europe. Thank you very much for gathering around with all of us today. With Stadia, we can all dream bigger and together build a playground for every imagination.